Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your dude, your rebel, your guy, 7th level, King Sergeant, aka level 92, saying what is up. Once again, back from another long adventure of everything else in between. It's been so much, believe me. So we're gonna try to do what we can to keep this going because I have a whole lot more to go for, and I got you guys. All right, I ain't gonna let you down. We got this. So, want to thank everyone for tuning in this episode. But this here is 461, and we're just gonna do a little recap of my little adventure in Milwaukee for the Midwest Gaming Classic MGC. Basically, it was so much fun. It was so fun. Like, dude, I guarantee you, it's one thing where I go to a lot of cons and locally, I know who's gonna be there. I know where it's gonna be at. When it comes to like the out of state ones, like I did for C2E 2 years ago, it's a whole lot different. It's a whole different atmosphere, especially with the people, the venues, the atmosphere, and all that, and the vibe is just so different. So, like we had a podcast Friday, and we left that night when we got done. So we was kind of on the road. We stopped at a service station along the way. Of course, we took the RV. My friend was a driver. So we got there. I think around. I know it wasn't noon. It was like somewhere. It was like early in the morning. So we still had a whole day to whatever. So we parked in the city, like a few blocks away from the place. It was a bit of a walk, but it was fun. I was Optimus Prime that Saturday, and then of course the next day I was wide receiver Michelangelo. So stepping in that place, I was like, man, it was a nice one too, because it was like right down the street from the Bucks arena, and of course the Brewers arena or stadium was like down the highway. But it was so cool. It was definitely fun. Right when I got there, I saw two of my good friends. Had them on an interview for about a second, and then we saw the line for the tickets. It's like stupid long. But luckily, we went to the desk, and then we had our press pass tickets. So we had our three. That was cool. Of course, we had the camera, mics, and everything. And so it was cool. And the whole place is kind of like a long building type of way. So we had to go up on escalators. I saw a few other good people there. I saw Charles DeMonte was there, illustrator of Illinois. The vendor room was huge. There was a few things in there. I was like, ooh, it was nice. Yeah, like food. Yeah, like a food truck I think on one end. Then there was a wrestling ring on the other. And there's like games on one side. We had illustrators. We had artists. There's one vendor that you guys seen. She was selling like all these quilts, which was amazing. The one that I was definitely proud of, and it was in the room. I know I kept talking about this a lot, and I've seen other videos. I'm proud to say that I am a guy that played the Vectrix. That was an old console back then, and believe me when I say, I'm very nostalgic with my stuff. So being able to play that hands on, visually, I'm like, oh, yay! So it was cool. It was like a Dracula game. But I mean, just being able to just touch it, it's like, wow. I need to buy that still. And then of course we go to the game room. Now, my favorite of all, everything. There was a whole lot there too. It was like so it was two like gaming rooms basically. Yeah, so like one was like one was like a little smaller. Like there's a few that had like arcades, like barcades or whatever. That was like in one other side room. There was other that had like regular arcades. And I'm actually proud to say this too. I'm actually glad to play Samba de Amigo on the Dreamcast. It was kind of hard because of the controls and like the connector was kind of weird, but it was still fun to play. Um, that was like in the one far side room, but the gaming room where the big one is, that's where everything was at. You had all the game consoles. There was a Virtual Boy I was playing. I think they had a Commodore. I don't know, but it was like a lot of others. We had the PCs. You had pinball. There's one area where they had like the giant screen. It was playing. I think Tekken. It was Tekken or Street Fighter, but also there was this one game on the PS3 where it's like a jousting thing. So you hold the remote, like the play motion remote, and it lights up. So then you gotta go with the beat of the sound is playing, and if you move too fast, it will calibrate that and you'll lose. So there's other players around there, so you kind of like bumping into them, making sure that your stick is okay. Um, it was the whole lot, man. So that was cool. Now, one game in particular, I still need to find these guys. There's like one little patch in the middle of the room. There's like this little field, like a little box, and there's these pipes, and it had little puppets on them. They used that for Saga. It was these two guys. They never really gave it a name, but it was just so cool. They had like a lot of other designs. Like one was like a robot, another was a regular girl. So I chose the Michael Jackson one, which I was just kind of like, hee Cause you move, so you have the pipe strapped to your waist, so you can't use your feet. So you gotta just kind of move the puppet along, and then you use the hands you have there on the feet. So you kick the ball to the goal. So I got all three in. That was amazing. But yeah, I want to thank those guys first off, and also I should have said this too. Shout out to the Cereal Clothing. They have a vendor in the room, which was definitely, I interviewed these guys, and they're kind of like your old cereal box type of look and trend. So they have the box, they have these T-shirts for different cereals of their own design, and you get like a little prize. So I definitely want to give those guys a shout out. The link's gonna be up below here. I also there's like other games in bed. There's like an F-Zero arcade game, which I thought that was custom. It looked custom too, cause I never seen an F-Zero. I seen Mario Kart, but like how? Cause I mean it was basically GameCube too, cause like it had the control and everything. It was steady as hell. I'm like, all right, cool. And then speaking of steady, I'm actually proud to do this. I've been in a Cybertruck, and that thing is beautiful. I'd like to buy one. It was definitely a good looking truck too. I'm like, man, if I were to like just go to work with that thing, it is huge. There's a lot of room on the inside. It's like, wow, it's amazing. There's just a whole lot of stuff there. Now, one room in particular, they had this one room where it's like all mods. So like we're talking like every kind of mod thing you can think about, like how I have the Superboy, which is a hand of Super Nintendo, but that's the actual product. When you got mods where people actually take a console and like the batteries and everything, and they rewire all that on a smaller screen, the one I was playing was like a Tiger Electronic like design. I wish I had I don't have it out here. Oh well. But it's like a Tiger Electronic design, and I was playing Super Mario 64, and there was another one that I was playing Doom, and then the other one, which is like an N64 mod, I was playing Super Mario 64. And of course, that's all on the SD cards. So it was cool too. I'm like, oh my God, because I remember seeing that online. I seen it on here. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. Plays well, plays sleek. Feels just like, so kind of like, you look at something like this, because these are just like Sega games on here, but this is actually a nice little toy, and it works. But you know, something like that, but like having a whole like console like format on a handheld, that's a lot. Like a PSP is one thing, but like, hey, a home console in the palm of your hands. So a lot of people do that nowadays. But that was cool. And then we go in late night. I was in the cosplay contest. I didn't win. It was cool. I also saw the cast of the Mortal Kombat 2 game. The visual actors. They were cool. So I knew two of them. They came here in Missouri. Then at late night. They had like a little after party. It was cool. I met the Tower from American Gladiator from back in the old days. Cause I didn't watch it that much, but I was like, wow, it's really good. Like, dude was tall. I'm like, huh. There was like a lot of other bands playing, some other people just, just chilling and everything. So, and I was really sad at this too. So I know I mentioned in Kansas City. I did not know the Sonic Symphony was there down the road. We was walking to a restaurant, and I'm hearing some music. I'm like, that sounds so familiar. I look at it was a theater, and I saw a sign. I hear it. I'm like, oh my God, the Sonic Symphony's in Milwaukee. I'm like, that would have been so great. I still want to go. But like I say, it's definitely been fun. It was definitely a fun trip. I will definitely have to go back next year. I do want to thank all those that made it great and just had a lot of memories. There's just like so much there. Like I said, when it comes to the gaming side, that's my thing. Now, especially when it comes to an event either way, I like to kind of just go out there and just venture and to see what they have. And it's just been so cool. And so much of everything, like for real. And I'm like, I need to do more out of states. Believe me, I'm only 31, so we still got time. But I still want to try to do like more travelings with cons and everything else in between. I got some big coming up later on. But other than that, I do thank you Midwest Gaming Classic for everything. This has been cool. It's been fun. And hopefully see you next year. And they've been going on for at least a while too. I'm like, okay, not bad. From a good humble beginning. But like always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And something I'll enjoy more. Comment, like, subscribe, and everything else in between. Always support your people. And also Facebook, King Sargent, and then everywhere else is Dude 1192 from Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Insta, all that. Till next time, Force 62 is coming up very soon, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Stay awesome.